In this lecture, we will try to understand life cycle of a thread in Java programming language. Before understanding this lecture, let me recall what I discussed in my previous lecture. In my previous lecture, we were discussing about multi-threading. What is multi-threading? What is the purpose of multi-threading? We were saying that with the help of multi-threading, you can reduce idle time of central processing unit. Means you can CPU in the case of multi-threading, CPU always has some job to execute. In a nutshell, I can say multi-threading is a concept in which you can utilize system resources. What are the system resources? What is the meaning of system resources? In this present context, system resources means that may be RAM, that may be hard disk, that may be keyboard, that may be monitor, isn't it? These are the resources, isn't it? System, it's a concept. Multi-threading is a concept in which, even if you speak strictly, biggest resource of computer is central processing unit. You can use all these system resources efficiently. That is important, isn't it? You can get optimal benefit out of all these resources. Anyway, let me continue. Let me discuss about life cycle of thread in Java programming language. What is this life cycle? In this life cycle, I have 5 states. This is new state. What is the meaning of new state? Even there's another name for new state. I can say born state. Let me say just it's a born state. Otherwise, I can call it as new state, born state or new state. A thread is said to be in born state when new thread is created. How to create thread? I will discuss. When new thread is created. I will repeat. Let me repeat. A thread is said to be born when a new thread is created. In this state, the thread does not perform any work. Thread does not perform any work. Now, it has 2 options. Just see how many options does it have. This is option 1. This is option 2. Now, it has 2 options. It can be scheduled for running. Thread using start method. By using start method, from new state or born state to it can move to the runnable state. What is runnable state? Thread is ready to execute, but who has to execute thread? Your central processing unit CPU has to execute, but it is ready to execute. It is waiting for CPU. That particular state is runnable state. It can be, this is first option. What about second option? It can be killed. Thread can be killed by using stop method. Then thread goes to, once if I kill this newborn thread by using stop method, it will be in dead state. I can kill the thread by using stop method. Once if I kill that thread, this thread will enter into a state known as dead state. Then what about my next state? That is runnable state. If a thread is ready for execution, your thread is ready for execution. Who has to execute? CPU has to execute. If a thread is ready for execution and if the thread is waiting for the availability of process, thread is waiting. It is waiting for availability of processor, isn't it? That's what availability of processor. Then thread is said to be in runnable state. Let me repeat, as this point is very important. I will repeat. If a thread is ready for execution and if the thread is waiting for the availability of processor, then thread is said to be in runnable state. In this state, the threads which are waiting for the availability of processor is kept in a queue that is known as, I will discuss that particular queue, and let me say the thread is waiting for the availability of processor, and whenever a thread gets processor, it becomes active. Whenever this thread gets processor, that is CPU, it becomes active and moves to the running state. Just see, once if it get processor, it will move into the running state, isn't it? Or there are two options. The thread, let me say, there is another option in this state also. Thread can be killed using stop method. Once if it is killed, it will enter into the dead state. The thread with the highest priority will go to the running state. That is important. The thread with the highest priority. This point is important. I will discuss about this priority of threads in my next lectures. Let me say the thread with highest priority will go to the running state first. That's important, isn't it? If the priorities of all threads are equal, let me say there are different threads in runnable state. Actually, what happens from those, let me say I have thread T1, T2, T3 in my runnable state. It will check which thread has got highest priority. That thread will be sent to the running state. If the priorities of all threads are equal, then the threads are activated according to first come first served fashion. If all threads have got same priority, this will be followed. First come first served. FCFS, first come first served fashion. This is about runnable state. Then what is running state? A thread is said to be in running state if it is being executed. That is, when a processor is being allocated, when a processor or when a CPU, when a processor is being allocated to the thread. A running thread may have, yes, this point is important. A running thread may relinquish. From control on its own, or it relinquishes when it is being preempted by high priority thread. A running thread may relinquishes from control for 3 reasons. What is my first reason? When a thread is being suspended using suspend method. Just see, when thread is being suspended by using this method, suspend method, it moves from running state to blocked state. I will repeat, when a thread is being suspended using suspend method, it moves from running state to blocked state. The blocked thread can be renewed using resume method, isn't it? Just see. Once if it is blocked by using suspend method, which method is useful to resume? Resume method. With the help of resume method, a thread can enter from blocked state to runnable state. One must understand these things. Suspend method, with suspend method is used to move from running state to blocked state. Resume method is used to send a thread from blocked state to runnable state. When a thread is made to sleep, there is a method known as sleep. Just see. When a thread is made to sleep using this milliseconds, let me say it is in milliseconds. Let me say sleep of 100. Let me say sleep of 100. The thread will sleep for 100 milliseconds. The thread, let me repeat. When a thread is made to sleep using sleep method, the thread gets blocked for given milliseconds. That's important. When a thread is sleep to wait, using wait method. Let me say your thread is entering from running state to blocked state using wait method. The thread gets blocked and the thread can be renewed using notify method. Isn't it? Once if it is used, this thread enters from running state to blocked state by using wait method. It can enter from blocked state to runnable state by using a method notify method. Now, what is this blocked state? What is this blocked state? What does it mean? A thread is said to be in blocked state if it is avoided from entering from runnable states to running state. That's important. It is avoided from entering the runnable to running state. Using, if you can use suspend method, isn't it? Sleep method, wait method, isn't it? A thread which active can be made inactive by using stop method. These are the methods. What is dead method? What is blocked method? You can understand what is blocked state. Just see, that's what it says. Let me simply explain this one. It is idle thread. It is not runnable thread. What is my last method? What is the meaning of dead? Dead means what? What is the meaning of dead? Dead state. It is the final state in the life cycle of thread. This is final state. Final state in the life cycle of thread. A thread may be dead by using different ways. Natural death. What is my natural? What's the meaning of natural death? What does it mean? What is a natural death? What does it mean? After completion of execution, the thread generally dies. That is known as natural death. There is something like premature death. What is the meaning of premature death? What does it mean? A thread can be killed in newborn state. If it is killed in newborn state itself, or if thread is killed in running state or blocked state, I can say without completion of its task, if particular thread is killed without completion of its task, I can say that thread is enter into dead state. That particular death is known as, what is that death name? That is known as premature death. This is simple lecture. Let me repeat this method once. What does it mean? Sleep. What is the meaning of sleep? What does it mean? Sleep. Blocked for a specified time. Blocked for specified time. Milliseconds. That's what I discussed. Specified time, let me say. That is my sleep. Suspend. What is the meaning of suspend? Suspend method. Suspend. Blocked until further orders. Further orders. Let me say like this. Wait. What is wait? What is the meaning of wait? What does it mean? blocked until, blocked until certain condition occurs, certain condition occurs. Resume method is invoked in the case of suspend. Resume method, your resume method is invoked in the case of suspend. In the case of suspend, isn't it? And notify method is called in the case of wait. We will try to understand all these methods with the help of simple Java program in my future classes. Thank you very much.